Hi guys, welcome to PalmwinePodcast. I got with me the lovely
Bumi.
And yeah, so we're gonna discuss NSAS Part 2. As you can, if you look through our previous videos, you probably see that we've done a first episode, but the second episode that we're gonna do is much more new details that we didn't have from the first one.
Yeah, so we wasn't kind of like planning on doing a second part, but obviously it's kind of escalated, so we just feel it's right to talk about that.
And so before we start this one, as you can see, there's lots of people have died, lots of protesters have lost their life fighting for this cause that we're fighting for. And before we start today's episode of PalmwinePodcast, we're gonna go on a 1 minute moment of silence for the ones that have lost their life. So yep, I'm gonna start right now. Okay, now so we're back now, and yeah, so Bumi, I know you've been seeing the videos that have been going on, and it's been happening around town. We're going to discuss a little bit more details about the Lekki toll gate, the massacre. I won't call it the shooting. I'll call it a massacre that happened. And looking at that video, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
Well, with everything that's gone on in Nigeria since this whole NSAS thing started and to where we are now, and obviously the video was just the massacre that happened at Lekki Tollgate was just kind of like, shocking. It was upsetting. It was, sad, wicked, evil. And apart from anything else, it was really embarrassing to know that this was happening in Nigeria just because people are standing up for their rights now and they want more.
Yeah, and you see, it's not even about people standing up for the right for me, yeah. It's even about just a total reform in everything. It's not even about NSAS. It's gone past NSAS now because you're looking at these folks that are in power, yeah. They've been in power, most of them have been in power since forever, since probably me and you were born, and these folks are still in power. And what we're trying to say now is that it's no longer the way it used to be. We need to change our ways. We need to pay the police more money. We need to change the way the governments work. We need to change the way the infrastructures are. And nowadays, and it's like we don't really have a decent sort of, I won't say government body that can work with us, because the police are going to extort to you, the vehicle officers are going to extort you, the ambulances probably will never come to you when you call them, and the road especially is not something that in this digital age you consider a road that should be in any country in the world. But and again, it's like looking at these people that are dead, that died during that process and during this NSAS and Lekki Tollgate. I won't lie for you, yeah, when I watched that video, tears dropped from my eyes. Like I was shedding tears, like I couldn't sleep overnight. Like I was just thinking, you know what, yeah. Like, do you feel like being in the UK? Do you feel like there's more we can do?
Yeah, I do. And like when I watched the video, I was angry about the whole situation. Because I just feel like it's I feel like it's always been this way in Nigeria. It has always been this way in Nigeria. So it's taken, like you say, a new generation to kind of come in and be like, no, this isn't right. Because now we're exposed, we have social media, we can see more different things, we can, you know, relate with different people, where we have a vast, you know, community that's outside of Nigeria, so we see how things are done and how it should be done and stuff like that. So the ones back home are now more wise. We have people like celebrities as well that are saying, look, this is not how it should be. It can't continue like this. But then, in the same breath, you also have the government that have been there since 1900 whatever.
Since Methuselah.
Yeah, exactly. They've been there for so long, and to them, like I say, this is how it's always been. So for them, they don't understand why, you know, people are protesting like what they've always done and how it's always been and stuff like that. And maybe to say that people in diaspora like us could have done more, that's probably not the right thing to say. But my point is this, that we've always known that it's been this way, but we've always been happy to kind of pay our way.
But in diaspora, like the only thing I feel like people in diaspora we could do, I know that the British government will help us. The American government don't give a fuck about us. They called our country a shithole already, and they've compared Nigeria to Afghanistan as a corrupt country already. So for me, I feel like, but for us here, we could contribute. I feel like our contribution should be more like monetary contribution, because end of the day, these people that are campaigning here, let's leave the northern side of Nigeria, because the northern side, they go down, they have it worse than us in the southeast, the south, and the southwest. They have it worse. So people like, just to cut something short here, people are telling me that why is the North not protesting? Why is the North not supporting us? Listen, the North have Boko Haram, they have banditry, they have herdsmen, they have whatever badness you can do, whatever madness you can think of is all happening in the North. And so you can't assume not here. People are being killed every day. Like the statistics was somebody sent a post today, like in a town in Zamfara, 20 people were just killed today. You get what I'm saying?
They have different problems there, don't they?
Yeah, they have mad problems in the North. So like people always say, why is the North not supporting us? Listen, I wish after we get Nigeria to a position that we can get it to, we move to the North and we support the Northerners. That's my own point, because the Northerners, I think with the South, the Southerners and the Southwest, to the Southeast and the South, we are much more. Our focus is much more. We have that. We're much more. What would I say? We construct our ways well. So we in the South, we know what we want, and we don't really back down from what we want. But with the North, I can say that because of the level of education there, most people there are always like, they can fight, but they're not really fighting for a cause. If you understand what I'm saying, that the fight is not like now. We started a peaceful protest and all them things there, but if it was most likely in the North, they're probably going to go violent within the first hour or two. Okay. But us like in the South, in the southern part of Nigeria, like Lagos, everywhere that did this protest, we started from a peaceful protest. People were dancing, but the North is more like bang, bang, bang. Give me now.
But I think, like, obviously it started with a peaceful protest, but like I say, like, because things have always been like that there, like the people that are in power, the leaders, they can't understand why would you be protesting what you've always had. This is how it's always been. What more do you want? And I know you say that, like, in the South, like, we want what we want and we don't back down and stuff like that, but I do feel like that is, like, a major part of the problem, because you shouldn't have to pay for, like, the basics. You shouldn't have to have a generator because you want, like, at the end of the day, it's clear that somebody in the government is benefiting from people not having light. Somebody is supplying the generators to Nigeria. Definitely. That's the reason why. But people still do it. The roads, the roads should not be like that. You shouldn't have to pay for every single thing that you want, for basic necessities, like stuff that we take for granted here, like the lights.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a standard of living, and that is across the board in Nigeria. For me, that's what's missing. They don't have a base rate standard of living. They have no welfare system. They have no. They have laws, but are they being adhered to? Are they being practiced? There's no jobs for the youth. You know, there's just nothing. So they can't understand why people are going out hustling and doing all the things that they say are illegal and that they shouldn't be doing just to survive, because it's a different generation. They've never had to do that.
Yeah, but and you see the problem is that with this generation, let me say, like I was even posting it on Twitter because I've me myself, I know that I'm not going for the protest in Manchester. I'm not doing few things, but I know that my Twitter fingers have been active. Like I've been tweeting, retweeting, and I feel like with those people that died in Lekki, to be honest, I feel like we should do more than compensation. I feel like the names of some certain, like I feel like the name of certain universities, the name of certain road should be named after them. Like they should put their names in certain places whereby this 20 of October 2020, it doesn't go down in our kids will ask us, who is that guy, and we'll be able to tell them these are the people that died for you to get what you want.
My point on that is, and obviously like anybody with a heart would say that, but you're speaking from an emotional point of view, like from an emotional standpoint. So obviously we've had the president of Nigeria make a speech addressing what happened. There was no empathy or anything like that, and I think for us to kind of get to a place where we say, okay, these people died, we stand for them, we remember them, we're going to name a university, or we're going to have some sort of memorial for what happened that day at Lekki. There needs to be some sort of responsibility taken, and right now he's not taking it.
No, he's not taking it.
Nobody's. They're just talking about the protest, but now it's gone past that NSAS protest and it's turned into bloodshed. And what's going to happen now? Well, as we can see from the videos, it's going to just go to the point of no return. There's going to be riots, this kind of stuff. Like, there's just no empathy, honestly. They don't think about other people, they just think about themselves. Look at the food that they found. The eggs that should have been
the food, and it's not even that. It's like you look at this guy like Buhari, for example. This man has been a president before in Nigeria, in the military regime. He failed 4 times, and he came back. And the problem that he came back to become a president in Nigeria was because Tinubu helped him out. Now, someone like Tinubu now has been pushed to the back seat. So Tinubu now, he doesn't consult Tinubu for certain things no more. He's not saying that this is my last 4 years. Fuck you, Tinubu. Now, us that live in, everybody in the Southwest that always looked up to Tinubu as as a mentor, per se. And now looking at him like so you brought this guy, you didn't even have him under control, you don't have him under the wrap. You've given us this guy, and now you're putting middle fingers up on us and saying that you just go and fuck yourself.
He's got what he wants.
Look at him here. My man owns like toll gate where the massacre happened. He owns like hotels. He owns everything, and I'm not really mad that he can own it if the money, that's in quotes, was gotten through a legitimate means. He can own it, but he can't bring us all these guys here, and even the VP was his right hand man, and he put the VP. So you can't give us all these things here, and you can't even voice us. You can't even come. I know the president, like I always say, the president is somebody that I don't look up to. Nigeria does. I don't feel like Nigeria has a common sense president, but I feel like someone like Tinubu should have been out every day telling people, listen, protesters, because people listen to him. His quietness was.
Does he care? This is what I'm saying. They need to get to a point where they actually care.
Yeah.
Like, he can't even relate to the people that are protesting. 1, because there's a vast age difference. But 2, he's never had the struggles that they've had. Even the youths that are in his family will never ever go through the struggles that these people have gone through. Like, how desperate would they have had to be to say, look, this is it, I'm gonna go protest, front line. There needs to be a change. This thing has been going on for so long, so long, and it's taken this long for them to say, look, enough is enough. And obviously we have the Lekki Tollgate massacre, but people have died before that, and that's what's led to people wanting to protest now. So calling on anybody in the government to kind of come forward and say this and this, I just don't think that they're going to do it, because it's so far removed, even though it's like right in front of their face. They're just so far removed from
I think the age difference is the thing again. I think they don't really care about us as a gender. They only feel like, oh, yeah, we will survive. And I think this has to go back to our dad and our granddad.
Yeah.
I think they've taken the fucking piece out of them too much. I think in our parents here, like you see mothers saying, although mothers are rising, don't get me wrong, but you're hearing mothers saying that don't go and protest, or I don't want you to die. If that woman had protested, back in the days when things was going shit for us in Nigeria, the woman probably looking at herself and saying, my son, go, because I did it. But like, if everybody's hiding, then we all accept that shit. Everybody just goes, you have locks on your phone, on your hair, you get pulled, or you pay money. You have iPhone, you're paying money. And I feel like we shouldn't be paying money for having locks, for example, for crying out loud. That is your hair. You shouldn't be paying police your your savings or your hard work, because you have locks on your hair. And I feel like, end of the day, I feel like people should still come out more and make this protest. Hong Kong protested for 91 days or 90 something days. You get what I'm saying? Like, we have only done 1 week here. There's this issue already, and if we can do at least a month of this protest, I promise you, the change will happen effectively. Like, Buhari doesn't have a plan for Nigeria. Mama doesn't have a plan for Nigeria. What they have for Nigeria is what you see is what you get. Live your life. Nothing. There's no something brand new. There's nothing at all, and we can't keep living like that. And this protest is just, people have had it up to their neck. This is for the youth that came out during this protest. People have suffered. People have been. Imagine that food place here. They gave it food for COVID, to say distribute to COVID. Yeah, one man put all that food in his own warehouse. Yeah, and you're thinking people are hungry. Yeah, and there's no money. They're hungry. They say that because of COVID, we spent 50 billion to 20 billion on COVID relief fund, but individuals are not really seeing that money. Now,
they don't care. They just
but the food is in a warehouse. Some of the food is getting spoiled.
Exactly.
And now, the people can get that food, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the energy of the youth. I just hope that the youth in Nigeria use that energy in the right places. Yeah, like your senators, your House of Rep. You need to go to their houses and knock on their door. They need to come on this road and support us, because we can't be voting you every 4 years, and when shit hit the fan, you just want to chill out in your own little mansion and say it's not my business. No, you need to support people in your constituent. I don't see our senators or House of Reps standing up. You get what I'm saying?
But that place is really corrupt, because people have like obviously what's happening now. People are trying to protest and say this is not right. And what's the likelihood of them changing it? Do you think?
The likelihood of them changing is that, number one, get rid of Buhari, man. Because
how long does he have left?
So it was only voted in back in 2019. So I think we have him till 2023 at the moment, which is a long. And problem is that another thing is that because this protest happened in 2020, so you look at 2021, we may have the same energy. 2022, the energy will die down. You know what I'm saying? Because we're feeling like, oh, things are getting back to normal now. We're still getting fucked up as youth. You still can't have dreads. You still can't have your mobile phone. You still can't do stuff. You can't drive a Benz. So, end of the day, things are still going to get... But I wish we can have this energy come 2021, 2022, and 2023. Let's clear all this political party system, this two-way system that we have. Even the UK, they had two-way system for a while until Lib Dems came, and then, although that was another idiot for that day, but until Lib Dem came and it made promises and they couldn't. But like, we need to start making sure that we eating these people where it hurts, and where it hurts is,
where does it hurt?
Their money. Their money is number one thing.
So how does the average youth on the street make an impact on the likes of Buhari, Tinubu, anyone?
Yeah. Number one thing now is that we got us.
Surely, if they've been in power for this long, they've got a lot of money. So
no, they got a lot of money. The problem is that it's no longer we sitting. Okay, them, for example, yeah. Like
because the thing is, like, even the protests that they're doing, the damage that's being caused not by the peaceful NSAS protesters, but the damage that's being done, that's not even going to hit them in the pocket because they're probably not going to.
No. Tinubu got so much money that one won't hit him in his pocket. But the problem is that number one thing now is that 2023 there's meant to be a senatorial election going on now.
Okay.
And that senatorial election is like it was meant to be October 31st. But now it's been postponed. That is our first step of saying that, okay, come, Mr. Senator, what have you done for us? What has been your, as in, make all those senators that want to get re-elected, or the new ones, let them state their agenda for your community. Don't just vote someone in that doesn't give you. Don't make them false promises. Make sure that they're accountable from day one.
So how do we know that if they do that and they vote the people in, how do we know the votes or the ballot's not going to get rigged?
Nice question. So something happened in Edo State, which is Benin, and the governor of that state was answering to a godfather, which is Adams Oshomole, and then Oshomole was like, "You're not paying me my tax, and the money I deserve no more, my dues.
Yeah.
I'm going to take you out." The governor switched from the ruling party, which was APC, to PDP. And when he went to PDP, do you know what people said? They said Edo no be Lagos, because Lagos is run by Tinubu. Technically, all of Lagos is run by Tinubu. So they said Edo no be Lagos and Edo no be Lagos here. And what they did was that as they finished, the last person did the vote. All the youths in Benin on Edo State, they followed the ballot box to. They counted it in the front. They followed it to the where it was going to be accumulated and then given out the numbers. They followed it all the way. So even the ones that was
no chance for them to rig it.
No chance for them to rig it. And Benin has been like, I was so impressed that I look at Benin like the blueprint for how things should work in Lagos. That election alone was the most peaceful election. Like, I had to give a round of applause to all of them in Edo State because they did fucking good job. We have to give people that do good job that praises.
But you know, like you said before about like people in the south and we like what we want and you know we don't budge on that. Are we ready to stand up and follow them, to count the papers, to check the ballot, to make sure that everything is how it should be? Are we actually ready? Because it's okay to say, oh, the government have done this and they've not done that and but at the end of the day, if you think about it, if you check it, and you've said it yourself, if we, not us because we're not there, but our parents or people that are there living in that situation, if they would have stood up for this before, we probably wouldn't be in this situation now. It wouldn't have escalated or gotten to this point. So do you feel, given what you said, that Lagos and the South are ready to really?
I think Lagos is gonna be tough for Lagos to be reformed. It's gonna be too difficult because all these thugs here, like, I think number one thing here, like my friend was saying it the other day, it was like listen, once we get hold of all these guys doing the madness, doing the thuggery, doing the madness in Lagos here, that those people are the ones here that we need to bring to our corner. Make sure that those street people that we call thugs, but those are just people that are trying to hustle that way. Everybody's hustling. I don't think there's anything called thugs, but it's like everybody has to different ways. It's survival instinct sometimes is like you can't be eating. You know what? Tupac said something one time. Tupac said, "You knock on your door. I'm seeing food in your table. I'm knocking on your door. Give me food, please. I'm begging you." I think those were our parents. I think what we're doing now is bang, 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 give me food, we're breaking the door, and we're breaking the door right now. And that's what we're doing. We want to become, at least every Nigerian should become somebody in Nigeria. Not just being who's asking who are you or who do you know. Every Nigerian needs to become somebody in Nigeria, regardless of where you studied or what you studied or what university you went to. You should be somebody, and we don't have that sort of facility in Nigeria, and this is the reason why, like I always say, to us to fix Nigeria, we have to fix our mentality as individuals.
Yeah, and you know what else is happening? Like a lot of there's millions of Nigerians, but there's a lot of them or us that are leaving Nigeria and we're going elsewhere. We're studying, we're getting good jobs, we're earning good money and stuff like that. And then after that, after we've achieved what we went abroad to achieve, there's nothing really to take us back home because what we're going to go home to.
And yeah, you see, that's the problem.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the sad part of it. Like you leave.
We get all this education.
Yeah.
Not just like, you know, not just book knowledge, but kind of we have this exposure to how things are done elsewhere, like how different systems work, how things can be improved in Nigeria. But for us to go back home, it's too big a sacrifice for us to leave what we now know as normal life, our comfort zone, and go back there and try and fix it, because it's going to be like we're just at a brick wall.
It's like back to the square one, whereby you had opportunity of 24 hours light, then you're going back to having rational like electricity in Nigeria, for example.
Place is just frustrating. Even I'm just thinking about it, it's so frustrating. Nigeria is just frustrating. Everything about Nigeria is frustrating.
You see, and this is, like I said, this is a good sign. This revolution, this is now knowing that we are the people we have the power for our own votes. We have the necessary knowledge of how things work, because, like I said, these people are going to, like the senators are there. I saw a picture the other day on Twitter. All man them were sleeping, and they think I like the highest paid. You know, Nigeria has the highest paid politicians in the whole world. We pay them $2 million a year, and they all go there and sleep. So, like, all this needs to stop, because end of the day, we can't be calling ourselves giants of Africa, if we're moving in a tortoise pace. That's the kind of pace we're moving, and this is why we need to break that barrier. We need to make sure that we make things happen in Nigeria, because, to be honest, like living in the UK, sometimes, like I question myself, like, you know, sometimes things will happen to you in the UK and be like, if I was back in Nigeria now, I bet you won't talk to me like that. Like, you know, sometimes people don't talk to you like you're a piece of shit, innit? Like, you'll be thinking like, I can't even slap you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you'll be like, okay, let me just respect myself in the UK. If I touch you first, I'll probably get sued to court, shit like that. All those malaki, but in Nigeria, you know that everybody's like, there's a level of respect. Nobody's gonna violate your space in Nigeria without you either inviting it or making sure, or you being participating in it. So nobody's gonna violate your space. Like in England, they could just violate your space. Like, you just see a young guy, I see you, why are you looking at me like that for? You know what I'm saying? Like, all those kind of stupid things. But in Nigeria, like, everybody's just like cool, calm. You go to a club, if anybody buys champagne, you can still drink your beer and still feel cool. Getting with yourself, like, you're not feeling pressured or anything. Yeah, people drink beer, man. Like,
I feel like it's different. I feel like there's a lot of like I feel like here you can see people popping bottles, buying champagne, and not feel away being out, just having like a shot of something or a
no, because I asked the other day, I went out one time with my friends, and they were all popping. And I'm like, why do we have to always go out and buy bottles? Why can't you just drink beer? And they were like, listen, this is how. But in Nigeria, you can drink your beer. Doesn't mean that you don't have money. It just means that that is like on a sunny day. You don't want to be drinking NSC on a sunny day. Yeah, and say maybe the weather again, but like, you don't want to be drinking NSC on a sunny day. It's like the heat alone just make the NSC evaporate in your brain. So you don't want to like do that kind of thing. So in Nigeria, it's like they say I day my day, you day your day. I mean, you hold your side, I have my own side. I do exactly. So end of the day, but like all this NSAS thing, you're not seeing people that want to. We're even fighting for police salary to be increased. That's to show you that a country that the police are not even paid well. What sort of?
How are you going to police properly?
Exactly, and the police are not even educated. Police are smoking. You see police smoking weed. You see police drinking kind. Kind is something that if you drink it, your throat is gonna get burnt. Like, literally get burnt. Like, you see them drinking it, and they're going to protect us. and you think those people will just shoot you on sight if you're being rude to them.
Yeah.
It's like we need to all police needs a serious reform, increase their salary, train them up, make police as an occupation attractive to the youth.
There needs to be, as a bare minimum, a standard
Level of education.
of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a standard of anything there? Like there needs to be a standard of living, maybe a basic income that you can live off, those types of things. Because then, if you have that, you have something that you can measure it by.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Yeah, there's all the standard level. I think it's like 30,000 naira a month. But listen, yeah, that's bullshit. That's bollocks. Because if you're working, let's say you're working you live in the mainland, you're working in the island, your transportation alone in a month, is your salary. So you're not living, you don't have anything else to live on. So if you're gonna go back, don't get me wrong, like people are always like, it's hard for you to say in Nigeria that's only doing one hustle, doing multiple hustles just to make that money come. But like imagine that you have hustled and if a drunk police officer comes to me here and said, "Oh, give me 50,000 naira there." Like, do you know how depressing, how mad you will feel in yourself thinking, "I put in this hustle for myself." But if like if a Nigerian officer asks you, "Oh, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day." Yeah, let you go. At least if we think that okay, cool, because Nigeria we have an issue with flossing. We like to floss. Like somebody will be doing a wedding, you want to spend them $1. If a police officer attends to somebody well, you want to give them money. Yeah, that's different. But them asking you to bring your police officer having POS, for example.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if they were like what you're saying, if they were paid properly, would you even need to give them anything?
No. I think, like I said, Nigeria has an issue.
That's
with
just
flossing.
a different like culture.
Yeah, it's a culture.
Even if he was to do that with a police officer here, they would say no.
No. Yeah.
Or even if they took it, they would have to go back to the station and declare.
It's like when you go to a restaurant and give tip, isn't it? It's like that's how I would look at it.
Why should you give a tip? Do you pay taxes in Nigeria?
You pay taxes if you have a business, yeah.
So what are the taxes for?
Somebody should just take the money. You know, this is the problem here, and this is another thing everybody was saying. Why is that Lagos is the one that is doing this largest of this protest? Listen, Lagos generates 205 billion to the federal government. Lagos is making more money. If I'm not wrong, if I'm wrong, who cares? But Lagos is likely making more money than New York City. If all the money made is being accounted for, Lagos is making more money than New York City. So how do you?
So is that with all the people that are out just on the street?
Do you know what they have? They have the seaports. They have the international airport that like people go through on. I don't even know how many people go through that airport in a day. Lagos has one of the most central, is the central of everything. So if you go to somewhere called Computer Village, those people are geniuses. Those people are Bill Gates, but without national resources to make them become a real Bill Gates.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Those people have enough. Lagos is generating so much money, from buying and selling, from commerce alone, But the problem is that this money is going to, big chunk of this money is going to certain people's coffers, and and so that basically, if they say okay, they want to even increase the police salary tomorrow, the head of the police is going to take some money and say this is my own money already. You get what I'm saying? They say this is my money already. So end of the day, you're not looking at the constable that's going to be making arrests that you go and call and say there's a robber in your house, and he's looking at you like, how much am I on to waste my life? You get what I'm saying? It doesn't really make sense, and this is why and to be honest, I don't blame the police. Like I don't blame the police, even though they're acting reckless or recent. I won't blame the police. I won't blame the likes of Tinubu. I would blame the problem is with the president. The president of Nigeria is Donald Trump called him I think dead brain or something like that. But I think Donald Trump called him dead brain or something like that. But I feel like the problem in Nigeria is with the president of Nigeria, and even the wife has said it. listen, yeah, my husband is being controlled by certain elements in the government. Yeah, the article is everywhere on the internet. If you just Google it, you'll see the president's wife has said, my husband is being controlled by certain elements in the governance. And end of the day, yeah, those are the people making. Imagine a stupid guy, yeah, in the president's. I don't know. I think it's like, I don't know his name. I don't know his name. I don't even bloody want to know his position as well. But he says he wants to sue Twitter for $1 billion. I'm like, out of all the protests going on here, Twitter is your own issue.
That just sums it up the people that we are dealing with in power in Nigeria. It's just a problem. And the thing is, like you say, this guy is going to be there till 2023 at least, potentially. Mm-hmm. Just what we need to do in the meantime is kind of make sure that, you know, those people that died at the toll gate did not die in vain.
They didn't die, and
kind of remember them in all of our endeavours.
Yeah, definitely.
People that are over there that are protesting need to remember that, so that, like you say, after 2022, it doesn't die down. We need to remember that these people lost their lives for us.
And the other thing that we could just do as the youth is, we should always have, I feel like we should always have a day in the month from now to 2023, a day or 2 days, maybe a Saturday, Sunday, where we protest. Every weekend in a month, we choose those weekend and we protest and we march everywhere. At least we then know that now our eyes are on them. Because if this thing dies down, I promise you, was here a snake that stole 36 million? was here a snake that stole 36 million naira? Once we take our eyes off these people, all those things that they got burnt, they're gonna take their money back off it, and they'll take it times 10. So we shouldn't get our eyes off the economy in Nigeria. We shouldn't take our eyes off it. We shouldn't take our eyes off the senators and the president and the law that are bringing in. We shouldn't take our eyes off it, because we need to be on point everything now to further notice. We need to be on point. We need to be reading. If your senator says they spent 20 million naira be constructing a bridge, we need to see that bridge. We need to account for that bridge. We need to know who they gave that contract to. We need to see if the last cement that they've used to buy that bridge, they need to account for it. Because end of the day, don't get me wrong, these people are still going to steal money. And that's something that we can't stop. We can't physically stop it. There's now we can stop it. We can't stop it by computer, because these guys, they will go past computer. But we need to start making sure that accountability is number one thing in Nigeria. Like, every position that anybody that we vote in has to be accountable. Number two, we need to make sure that laws are passed, not just for the elite or the middle class, for the poor guys, the ones that we call hoodlums, the ones that we call thugs. We need to make sure that we either giving them sort of a computer sort of literacy, giving them a sort of education, a sort of apprenticeships, like something that they can do whilst they're just, instead of them sitting down and not doing anything, give them a sort of education. And number 14 we could do is try to make sure that there's a law that says that we can either withdraw a senator or a house of rep if he's not doing our duty. Give us the power whereby we can recuse, they call it. What do we call it? I think in the UK they call it, no, not recuse. I think it's a recall process. Remember the senator, the MP in the UK that got caught with the driving license scam?
Yeah.
The Nigerian woman. Yeah, they called her back from our constituents. Called her back and said,
Nigerian woman.
Our constituent called her back here, and they said they don't want her no more.
Yeah.
We should have that similar power to call people back and say, if ministers, even going up to the president, if you'll be able to say, we don't want you. Like in the UK, they just vote as prime ministers anytime that they want to. And we should just have accessibility to good amenities. Like all these things here, all these motherfuckers, they fly to UK every time, they fly to America, they fly to even Ghana. They see all these amenities in these countries. They need to start bringing it back home, and we have manpower to do it. That's the thing. We have all these guys that are on doing bus conductors and drivers where they can even better their skills. We need, and to be honest,
We
like
have the manpower to fix.
we have a lot of manpower,
right.
and the
But it's just whether or not people are gonna like the right people, the people that are in power, are they gonna do it? So another point that's come up from like what's happened recently is like, what do you feel about them calling on celebrities?
you
And
know
to
what?
me, it doesn't make sense because what they're gonna do?
Like I said, we need to wash our own head first. Like the likes of, I never looked at, to be honest, I never looked at the likes of Whiskey, Burna Boy, Davido as somebody that I can generate some sort of what's it called, knowledge from. That's why they're called entertainers. They're not people that they can give us knowledge. They're not people that we can share knowledge. Like you got some people like Aisha Yutif, you got some people like that FK Abdul, you got people in Nigeria like you can look up to if you want to get political knowledge or a good grasp of stuff. But not like Davido, Whiskey or Burna Boy. And not to disrespect them, but their lane is just their lane, and and it's to make music, dance, make money, and that's our lane. So I don't really look at them and them calling on international celebrity. I feel like this is the reason why we need to, you know what, on the computers they have Control or Delete. We need to delete the memory of most Nigerians. We need to Control or Delete you guys, shut down, then restart, then hibernate. Because at the moment, you like, I don't know what Beyonce can come and do to Nigeria, to Buhari.
Leave Beyonce alone.
But for me, like I always feel like as a problem with Nigeria, start with a Nigeria.
It's a Nigerian problem.
It's a Nigerian and
it's a Nigerian problem in Nigeria. That can only be fixed by Nigerians.
And to be honest, that's the truth, because we can always try to look at international community for their support. But to be honest, the amount of money UK is getting from Commonwealth or UK is getting from Nigeria, do you think they want to come and cost anything? Like they won't do anything. Like we got crude oil for days. Like they don't need that crude oil. They don't need it to make us become settled. Because if we become settled, we'll start.
When we get sense, we have one head and we start
looking at things.
Working smarter.
Yeah, smarter.
They're gonna start benefiting. So for now, we need to do this.
They need
ourselves.
us to be in shambles.
Yeah.
They need us to be in shambles so they can steal more of our crude oil. And this is something that I know it's not going to be done. I don't think our generation can even start it. I think it's going to be our kids' generation that's going to start it, because our generation, we still have loopholes of corruption.
Yeah, but hopefully, like this protest is.
But
Rome wasn't built in a day, so it's probably not going to change overnight like that. But hopefully, what we started will continue.
And this protest, like anybody that's going to listen to this, we should always have this protest, Saturday, Sunday, every month till the next election, till 2023, so that the energy, as in if it's to block anything for a weekend till 2023, let them know that we still have it, because all these things, trust me, they're gonna die down. Christmas is coming, it's gonna die down. Once it has died down, it's back to status quo, and we need to keep the fire burning. And do you have any other thing to add to this?
No, just stay safe, keep that same energy, and things will change.
And what you guys have to do right now is, just like, comment and subscribe, and it's PalmwinePodcast. We are.